Hello everyone, welcome to Joe and Zach's Survival. It's just about coming up on noon here, and tonight for supper I'm going to be I want to do some duck, and I'm going to do some venison, and put in a bunch of dehydrated vegetables in there, and I just want to throw it onto the wood stove, and it's just going to slow cook for 6 or 7 hours. So I have to get it ready now though, so I thought I'll take you with. Alright, so what we got here, this is a wood duck that I shot in September of last year. I've got some venison here. I made some venison last night. I've got some of that left over, and then I've got some bacon here, because even though this is going to be put into a slow cooker type deal, I still want to wrap the bacon around it, and eventually it'll all fall apart, but at least that flavor will get in there and it'll actually flavor everything. So I'm just going to get this opened up and get this wrapped up with the bacon, and we'll get it put into the pot. Now this of course is going to be way too much for me to eat tonight for supper. I'm going to maybe throw this over some rice or something, but the good part is then tomorrow I can eat this for lunch, so I don't have to cook a lunch tomorrow. I'm actually going to take, I've got a few extra pieces of this bacon here, I'm actually going to take and wrap the venison in it too. That'll actually give it some flavor. And like everything, I don't have to cut any of this up because it'll all be just falling apart by the time it's done. I just went out for a long walk out here and out in the snow and stuff, and saw a couple deer. It's a real nice night. I mean, it's like 20 degrees out, but it's some light snow out there, and it's just a real nice day. So this is going to be good cooking on the wood stove and making the tent smell good. I'll probably be hungry way earlier than it's done. Alright, let's put this in the pot, and then we'll get our vegetables in there. Okay, so I want to put some potatoes in here, and I realize that these are just going to fall apart too, but they are going to make the liquid kind of thicker, and they'll taste pretty good. And they might not completely disintegrate, because no matter what, when you do dehydrated food like this, when it's done, it's still dehydrated, and it's kind of tougher, so that might not be too bad. I'm going to add some dehydrated green pepper for a little bit of flavor. A little bit of onion. And I want some carrots in there. That will kind of be like the vegetable. I'm just going to throw some seasoning in there. Quite a bit, because that's going to get watered down. And now we're going to add some water. Now with this water, I'm going to put in, oh, I'd say that's maybe 2 cups worth. And I'm just going to have to really watch that, because this is not, it's not an actual slow cooker, you know, it's just a regular pan with a cover on it, so I have to make sure that the moisture doesn't completely all just boil out and end up in the air. So I'll keep my eye on it. If I have to add any more water, I will. Well, I got it on the stove now. I'm going to keep it in the front of the stove. I want this to cook really slow. If I put it back here, it would cook very hot. And during the day like this, I don't have to have a lot of wood in the fire. You know, it's light outside, and it just kind of keeps it warmer in here. So we'll let that slow cook. We'll check it a couple times here, and I don't know, 7 hours or so, she should be done. We're about 3.5 hours in on supper here. I got some water heating up for a shower. And let's see if you can see that. It's still holding together, and everything is dehydrated up, but I mean, it's got a few more hours to go and it'll start to fall apart, but it's looking good. It smells really good in here. Okay everybody, well, this has been cooking all day long. It has been reduced to basically mush. The venison is still a little bit together, but we're going to throw that on some rice and see what we ended up with. Alright, so I cooked up some white rice, and we're going to put this on there. You know, I should let you guys get a look at this, see how it turned out. It just disintegrated down. It looks really good. It smells so good in here. We're just going to throw that in. The carrots, they rehydrated real nice, and the potatoes are looking good. You got green peppers in there. Got some duck there. Some bone there. Look at that, just comes right off the bone. That is going to be so delicious. Alright, so I'm just going to throw a little juice over this. There we have it. That was a slow cook. That thing cooked for 8 hours, and that looks really good. And I'm just going to add a cup of milk here, and that's going to be a great supper. I want to thank you guys for watching the Joe and Zach Survival channel.